Right, you can able to hear, right? Yeah, fine. So whatever this, we can call it as a tag. Tag is contains one opening tag and closing tag, right? So in the similar manner, so the structure, how the structure of HTML document. So we have first one HTML tag. So as I said, any tag name is enclosed with the opening tag, opening bracket and closing bracket, angular brackets. And also if at least if any one particular tag is having opening tag, that should be closed here. Okay, HTML. Like that, we have to close this tag, right? So in the HTML document, HTML program, so we are having one root element. So this is, we can call it as a root element. So root element in the sense it is a parent. So whatever the tags, rest of all the tags which we are going to construct, that will be inside the HTML tag. Like as I said, there are two parts in the HTML document. We can assume, so this is a HTML document and HTML is a tag. So how can we conclude this is a tag? We have one angular bracket, opening bracket and closing bracket, along with that the opening tag associated with the closing tag, right? Now, so this HTML document contains two parts. One is head part, right? So that head part we are going to write so by using head tag, right? So by using head tag we are going to construct the head part. So this head part also, so I just now said it's a tag, right? So that tag must have one closing tag. Okay, must have one closing tag. In between these two tags, whatever the head related things we are going to write. So what header contains, what is the head part contains, that will be there inside this. Suppose I have a title. Okay, as I said, head contains either style, title, author name, some script related, CSS script, CSS styling related, some links we can provide inside the head. We can provide a metadata so in the head, and in other words we can say any head tag, so it contains metadata, but it is behind the screen. That means it is not visible to the particular UI. So whenever we are opening any browser, so any application, that is not visible on the, suppose if we write anything on the header, that will not, metadata that will not visible on the UI actually. Okay, whatever the body part contained data, so that should be there inside the UI, inside the document, right? So second part is like body. So body part is also contains one closing tag, right? So body tag opened and body tag closed here. So within the body tag, so we may contain any of the actual content which will be displayed in the browser, which will be displayed in the web page in a HTML document, right? As I said, I'll simply constructing one document. Already I have we have seen the yesterday's class. In this yesterday's class, so sample.html file we have saved, and along with that I'm going to write a fresh program like HTML program, the same manner only. So now just it is a notepad. We can see here notepad file, any text editor you can use to construct an HTML program or an HTML document. But whenever we are going to save this file, that should be saved with two things, either .html or we can also save with the .htm. So both are valid formats only. Okay, .html or .htm, in the both formats we can save this. See, so as we already know, so the HTML page, this is a HTML page. So inside this, what are the two things which we have? Header part and body part. Inside the header part, so we have some metadata or else some title. So those things we have already discussed. So for that, I am simply giving one title. Okay, one title tag. So anyhow, this is a tag. So the opening tag must contains closing tag. Okay, title. So inside the title, I am just giving one sample name. Okay, so first program title or sample title I am giving. Okay, just I have given the title name. So title in the sense the web document title I am giving here. Okay, so because inside the head we have some metadata, and inside the body we may have any actual content that will be visible in the browser part. Okay, for that what I am going to give, so I am giving one tag particularly so that I can call it as h1 tag, header tag. We will discuss these things a bit later, just to display a normal text in the header format, like how the document headings will be visible. So in that way, so if I want to display, so I am using one predefined tag that is called what? H1. For that I am writing H1, even though, so I am closing the tag H1 tag, right? So here I am simply giving welcome to HTML world. Okay, so welcome to HTML world, like that I'm giving. See, so now have you observed any change in the normal text, how you are going to write in the normal text notepad? In the same manner only it will be. So because notepad is also one of the IDE kind of thing only, it is having some predefined support for each and every programming languages. Suppose if you see here language, particular respective language we can made it. Actually, so if you go here HTML related things, suppose here if you click on this, it will be converting into HTML document. Okay, even though if you are not saving also, that will be converting into HTML. So this is a feature of Notepad++. Okay, since you can use any of the editor, like you can use IDE also, so like Visual Studio Code or else any Atom, WebStorm, anything we can use. Now, so we have constructed a page, HTML page. So here this one we can call it as root tag. HTML, whatever the HTML tag is there, so that is we can call it as root tag. So these are all called what? Child tags. Whatever the tags inside the HTML tag, that will be child tags. So this we can call it as a root tag. Just keep that in your mind. Okay, root tag. So these are child tags. Anyhow, we are going to write every tag inside the HTML tag only. But if we want to write to display in the browser, we will write in the body part. Okay, so now, so we have constructed by using some basic structure. We have constructed whenever we are saving this file, just Control S or else file, click on save as. So at that time, what you have to do, so wherever if you want to save in a particular location, you can save here. See, so I'm saving this one, so desktop, on the desktop. So here sample, whatever the name you want to give, so that name you can give. Sample document I'm giving. Okay, sample document. So if you want to save with your name also, you can save. Okay, but mandatory, so we have to place .html. Since I have already made it as a HTML, like I have selected here language specific HTML, it is almost showing that, so HTML only. So now I am saving it by using a plain text, normal plain text I am saving here. So save as. Here in the same manner in the desktop only I am saving this one. So here what I am going to do, I will give some name, sample document. Okay, so now here normal text file only, you can select all types, any type which can be saved. Okay, but mandatory things you have to save with the extension. We can call this one as an extension, like HTML you can give or else HTM also you can give. Okay, I will give, since it is the first one, so we are following the naming standards as well. Okay, I will give sample doc HTML. See, I am saving this one. So once I saved this one, so this will automatically showing that it is a HTML file. Okay, where we have saved here, so sample doc we have saved. See here, so here in this place, so this is a HTML file. So how we can conclude it is a HTML file? Rather it's saving as a normal Excel file, Word file. So like how the normal text file, new text document like this, but it's showing so a browser format. But by default my system is supporting, or by default my system is configuring as a Edge Chromium browser. It's already saved in the Edge Chromium browser. But here if you can see sample doc.html, it's showing. So it's a format of HTML format. Now if I want to open that, if I want to run that particular HTML document, simply right click that one and open. Or else if you want to open, you can open with any one of the browser, either Firefox you can use, Google Chrome, Internet Explorer, Opera Mini. So whatever the browser, so with respect to that browser you can open, so any of the HTML page. Directly it will be prints the output. We can say that is an output. It will display the web document. Okay, so that is HTML document. So it will taking some time, so please be wait. Right. it's opened. Okay, so since HTML doesn't require any software to execute. Not only HTML, so this HTML, CSS, JavaScript, so these are the technologies which doesn't require any software to convert. Okay, to convert so higher level language into low level language. But apart from this, if you want to take any programming languages, those programming languages must require a compiler like a software which converts high level language into low level language. Right, here you can see here. So sample.html. So on the desktop, whatever we have saved, that file it's opened here actually. Okay, so on the desktop, sample.html file open, but it's directly open the content. Okay, so whatever the content we have given here, see, so the content is welcome to HTML. So if you want to modify this, or else I will take another header tag. I will explain what is the header tag and all so clearly. So just for example sake, I'm taking welcome to HTML, welcome to HTML, welcome to HTML2 like that. So if I want to modify this, no need to open it again. So just simply save this one, whatever already you have opened. So you just click on that one, refresh that page. Automatically it will displaying the content. Okay, automatically it will displaying the content. And have you observed one thing? So we have given the sample text as a title, right? See, in the header part, sample text title we have given. So where it's displayed? Is that displayed in any of inside the browser? I mean inside the document it is displayed? No. So if you can see it's at the top left corner. Okay, you can see at the top left corner. Okay, see here. So that is displaying here. Sample title that's displaying. This is called what? Title of the document, web document. We can say this is entire is a document, but whatever the body part we are going to take, whatever the body part inside the body part, whatever we are going to write, that will be displayed here as a web document. But here, so in the header part, whatever the header part, it's a metadata related. No, so metadata is nothing but the data about this document actually. Okay, that's why it's showing here sample text. So you may have a doubt like so whether it is a sample title or anything else. Okay, so anything, if you want to take anything, suppose I will take Mythri Ojas, okay, as a title. See, so once I refresh this one, so the name has been changed, the title has been changed. That is a metadata related title tag. Okay, so now we got the clarity, right? So how we are going to write the HTML file and how the header tag contains the data and body tag contains the data. Okay, so that is what since till yesterday, that is what we have discussed. Okay, from so now onwards we will move a bit forward. Like what is meant by a tag? Tag is like any HTML tag, so which is having one opening and a closing angular brackets. So like so that one tag must have one closing tag, opening tag and closing tag, right? So now, so I have a question here. So if I want to add any tags, definitely that should be having a closing tag, right? So there are certain tags that should not contain the closing tag. Even if you are not writing the closing tag also, that will works fine. Okay, such kind of tags are so like BR. Okay, one is BR and another one is I can take HR. Okay, so horizontal row and break. Okay, so break, how this will works actually, how this will works. So I will see in the same example, so I can explain. See here, I have written this one, so I will just simply removing this ones. I'm taking only my 3 Ojas document. Okay, just for namesake I'm taking this one. Okay, so what already we know, so whatever the content wants to display on the browser, that should be written inside the body tag only, right? That should be written inside the body tag. So that's why, so whatever from now onwards, whatever I'm going to write, that should be inside a body only. Okay, even if I'm not specifying anything like head title, even though, so that should be inside a body tag only. That will write inside a body tag only, right? So BR tag, so break of a line. Suppose welcome to HTML online classes. Okay, like this I have written uh, one line of text actually. Okay, online classes. So now what I want to do is I want to break this welcome to online classes text in two parts. I want to break this one. So for that, what I'm going to use here, simply I will take one BR tag here. Okay. See, in between two tags, one is opening tag and another one is closing tag. So in between these, actually this entire thing we can call it as an element that will comes in the next session. So this is called what? Element. Inside an element, so within the opening bracket and closing, I mean within the opening tag and closing tag, I have given one BR tag. What it's replicated. See here. So I'm not yet refreshed this application, right? This page. That's why it's showing the previous output only. If I close this one, welcome to HTML online classes, it's showing. Suppose I have added here only BR tag. So, but I removed this one. So if I can see, so this will comes in a single line. Now what I'm going to do? So that I'm adding here. So now if I refresh this one, it will break into two parts. But one common thing here. So for body tag, I have used the closing tag. For H1 tag, I have used the closing tag. For title also, I have used the closing tag. But for BR, so there is no closing tag. So even though if you can write also no problems, but BR is unclosed tag. We can call it as a unclosed HTML tag. In the same way, I can take another thing. So that is horizontal row. Okay, HR. So instead of BR, I will write HR. So what is HR here? See. So what will happen here? Okay. See. So this part, whatever the before part and after part, so will be divided with the horizontal row. Will be divided with the horizontal row. Have you observed here? So this HR tag also doesn't require any closing tag. Okay. Doesn't require any closing tag. So we can simply use it in between those any normal text as well. Suppose, sir, is that mandatory to write any text within the H1 tag only? No, just for initial introduction explanation purpose I am using, I mean the header should be bigger, no? So that's why I am using this one. Now what I am going to do, so I can simply give a normal text, a plain text here somewhere, like suppose I have to give some sample text. Okay, I am not using this. Right, sorry. I'm not using this text within any of the other tags. Within the body only I am adding. Okay, just simply I am adding the within the body. See what will happen. So if I refresh this one, sample text, that will be displayed as it is. However, we are going to write in the file, that will be displayed in the similar manner. Okay, but as we know, so the HTML is a, one second, the HTML is a markup language. We are going to add some styles, or we are going to format the text in somehow, so by using some of the tags inside the body tags. So that's why, so we are going to use separate tags. So what are the all available tags inside body part, we will see one by one. Okay, till this part is clear? Right, there's a basic only one HTML document explanation. So that's all. Okay, so we can say coming to the next point. Okay, coming to the next point. So we can say, so just now we have used the word called element, right? Element. What is an element in the HTML? Okay, what is an element in the HTML? Okay, right. So whatever the HTML tag we have. Okay, see here in the example itself, I'm explaining this one. See, for example, if you are taking, remove this one. For example, if you are taking this H1 tag here, so the H1 tag is having one opening and one closing tag, right? So this entire part, okay, this entire part we can call it as a element. Okay, only particular H1 whatever it is there here, so that we can call it as a tag, but it is a opening tag and it is a closing tag. Sir, only the content and the tags, opening tags and closing tags only comes into element? No, even we have other attributes as well. Those attributes are also comes into picture, and combinedly, so both tags and content and attributes all together, so we will call it as an element. Tags and attributes, content between the tags, content, so between the tags, collectively called as an element. See, whenever any name that's specific to element, so which comes into picture, just you can assume, so whatever the opening tag and whatever the closing tag, in between whatever will comes, that will be considered as an element. But individually, so these names whatever within the angular brackets, those should be treated as a tags. Okay, then what is an attribute? What is an attribute? So that we will see after this one. Okay, so now till this part it's clear. So what is an HTML? We can call this HTML as a root tag inside the child tags. HTML is having two parts, one is head part and another one is body part. So inside that, each and every one of this HTML is constructed with the tags. The tag should be having one HTML, I mean one opening tag and closing tag. Within that opening and closing tag, we can write any of the content. That content may be anything. Okay, so whatever the visible part and the UI, so that will be in the body part we have to place, and inside the opening tag and closing tag along with that attribute and including that content, that will be treated as an element. This is the overall thing. So till this we have learned. Okay, is that clear? Tags which doesn't have closing tags, that we can call it as a like unclosed tags. Okay, so unclosed tags. So these we can also call void tags. Void tags. So we cannot simply call it as a void tags, we can call it as a elements, not only particular tag, right? Elements, void elements. Void elements are nothing but simply a tag which is having an opening tag, but it doesn't having any closing tag and it doesn't have any attributes in it. Okay, so if doesn't have any closing tag and content, those tags, content in the sense like here I have written some content inside the opening and closing tag, but see here inside BR there is no closing tag, then how can I write the content inside the BR tag? That's what I'm telling. Okay, so the tag which is having only opening tag, those tags are called what? Void elements. I mean that is also called as an element only, right? So void element. Okay, so right, nested elements. One more term is called what? Nested elements. Nested elements. Nested elements are nothing but one element inside another element. Okay, so one opening tag in between opening tag and closing tag we have content, right? Like HTML is a root tag, right? So inside the HTML tag we have head tags. So inside the head tag we have title tags. We can also call it as inside HTML head is there, inside head title is there. That's why we can also call it as a nested tag. However, one inside another is called what? Nesting. Okay, nested elements. Right, so coming to the next one. So till now we have seen about the elements only, elements part only. Now so moving to a attribute. Okay, moving to attribute. What is an attribute? Do you have any idea? Right, what is an attribute? Okay, so here I'll simply say the attributes, like for each and every element, attributes will provide additional information. Additional information. So additional information related to, so anything, so that behavior of that element, how it's going to behave, and some styles if you are adding, some formatting if you are adding. So those additional information. Suppose we have this tag, right? Body tag. What we know already regarding body tag. So inside the body tag, whatever we are going to write, that will be so taken into the execution part of a browser. Like that will be taken into the web document, so visible part. And here particular purpose of h1 tag is, h1 tag we might have so to make the content as a header part. Okay, but the tag should be having content and also attributes. So those attributes are coming so inside a opening tag. Okay, here the attributes inside the tag. whenever we are opening one tag, so inside the angular brackets, after providing the tag name, so we are giving the attribute name here. Okay, so these attributes will give some additional behavior for the tag. For this element, I can say this is an entire element. No, for this element it will provide some additional behavior. Okay, so what are those additional behaviors? Okay, so additional behaviors are like, suppose if I want to add a particular style for this particular text, for that I want to add one style, but with the help of attribute I have to add. Okay, so these attributes, whenever we are using any attribute name called attribute, whatever the attribute, it might be having this format. Like suppose I will write a simple syntax here. Okay, attribute syntax, suppose starting tag. Okay, so inside that content I am writing, then closing tag. Okay, so here inside the opening tag only, inside the opening tag only, tag, inside the tag, see, whenever if I'm calling the tag, only comes here only, till this part only. If I'm calling this is an element, it will comes here. Okay, entire tag is called what? Element. But here I am calling it as a tag. Inside the tag, so after tag name, providing by a space, attribute name here I am providing. Okay, attribute names, the attributes by default nature is whenever we are providing the attribute, right? Whenever we are providing the attribute, so that attribute contains key value pair kind of thing. So name, attribute name equal to some value. So whatever the value, I said it's providing additional behavior, no? So that behavior, so what is that behavior? Based on this value, it's going to take that behavior. Okay, so like this attribute name, so that it is a key and I am providing a value, so that value is like equal to, so then inside the double quotes or single quotes we can provide the value of that particular attribute. Okay, like this the syntax will be. Okay, so here inside the tag, opening tag only, inside the opening tag only we are going to provide the attribute names. Okay, so what are those attributes, how the behavior and so what is the appearance will be changed for the particular elements by adding the attribute, we will see one by one. Okay, now so I want to make one particular tag. Suppose I have this program, I'm using recurringly I'm using this program only for explanation purpose only, so nothing fancy here. Okay, right, so here I'm using h1, so like that only we have another tag also, one tag we can call it as a paragraph tag. Okay, so this is a tag, any tag, whenever the best practice is whenever you are going to write any tag, that first you have to open and you have to close the first. Okay, now so here sample paragraph I am writing, sample paragraph. So I will tell you, so what is this paragraph as well. Okay, sample paragraph. So if I want to add a paragraph of text here, okay, so if I want to add a paragraph of text here, so I can use one tag. Okay, that is a paragraph tag P. I can use P like. Okay, now I have an attribute. That attribute name is called what? Style. Okay, I want to make this entire content should be colored. So one particular color. Okay, I want to make this as a green color. Further, so directly I am not specifying somewhere how. So just I am using one attribute. That attribute called a style. Okay, style is an attribute, and so along with that I am giving so the property. So whatever the value I am giving, so as I say, as a syntax wise, whatever the value I am giving, this value should be containing like what? So key value pair value. Okay, key value pair. So the attribute value should be key value pair. Suppose I want to add color, no? Color. If I want to add color, color colon some green color I am using. Okay, just see here. Have you observed one common thing here? Whenever I am using a tag, whenever I am writing a tag, that will be giving in a different color, and some other things will be giving in a different colors. So because of this Notepad++ nature, already I saved this one as a HTML document. It is giving like this. Okay, it is only Yeah, fine. So in the normal case, the paragraph will be displayed like this. Okay, so without having any color impact. One second. Something I missed here. I have not saved actually. Okay, right. Now I saved it and refreshing it one. The paragraph color normal color only. So now I'm adding some additional behavior for this paragraph. That is what here I'm adding one style here. Okay, so that style is like attribute. Here this is an attribute. Now I have saved this one again, and if I click on refresh, that will be saved. Suppose for each and every tag we can add these attributes. So I want to add this for h1 tag, that I can add it here. Okay, so that is showing same color h1 tag whatever the content I have displayed. Okay, like this. So here not only style, there are so many attributes are there. We will discuss one by one attribute, what is their behavior and what is the functionality of that one. Okay, now so you just need to understand so what is an attribute and where we should place that attribute. Okay, so now as I said, so coming to the element part, as I said earlier, so this entire thing will be called as an element. Here in the element, the opening tag and closing tag, and after that content. Okay, so after that the attributes, so collectively called what? Element. Okay, tag means only this one it will comes, opening tag and closing tag. So within that, whatever the content, whatever the attribute, that all includes an element. Okay, now we got the clarity what is an element and what is a block, what is an attribute. Okay, fine. So now, so one more step forward. Okay, so in this, so since you know the style thing, right? So I want to give you two things here. Here in the elements, so there are two types of elements in the HTML. One is black level elements and another one is inline elements. One is black level element and another one is inline element. Simply I am taking one more tag here. Black level element is nothing but any element if you are using, so that element should be occupied entire width of the browser. Okay, here the width is considered like this. Okay, from here to here the entire width will be, so DOM we can call it as a DOM, document object model. We will discuss these things a bit later. So what is a viewport and what is a DOM and what is a prologue. So these things, there are a lot many things which we need to know, so before closing the HTML classes. Here the entire width is like this. So the entire page is dividing into number of blocks. Okay, suppose assume, so this is a block. Okay, so assume this is a block, but that block should be occupied entire width of the DOM, like entire width of the browser. Okay, how? So an inline element, what is meant by an inline element? We will see first the black level element. See here, I am taking the same example here. We are regularly using one tag called div, division of a part. Like this, we can call it as a black level element. Okay, so a thumb rule, whenever we want to use one tag, the tag must be closed here. Okay, the next after the attributes, black level elements. Okay, right, black level elements. So we are generally calling black level element as a div. Okay, what div will do? See, so I have given one paragraph of text here. See here in the example, I have given one paragraph of text. Same paragraph of text, suppose just div text added here. Okay, just I am adding just four words of a line. Okay, see what will happen here. So if I refresh this one, so nothing like just it's displaying in the normal text manner. How we are going to give the normal text inside a body. So like that only it's going to be displayed, right? It's going to be displayed. So but what makes this different? Okay, we can't see here because it's added plain. Okay, but the thing is the div is occupied entire width. Okay, the div is occupied entire width. How can we see that entire width is occupied or not? Okay, so since we call it as a black level element, So then how this entire block is occupied here by using the div. Div is also acting as a normal tag only. So like one opening tag and one closing tag here inside that content, and in each and every tag we may contains attributes here. Okay, so see here, just I am adding black level element here. So there are so many black level elements. I will list out all the elements. Just for first example sake, for explanation sake, I am giving the div. Okay, division, because it's clearly saying that div is a division of an block, division of a web document. Okay, so suppose I want to give another attribute here. Suppose style. Style attribute is used to give colors, styles for a particular content inside the element. Okay, and anyhow, so that value of that attribute will be in terms of key value pairs. Okay, key value pairs. Suppose here I have added color for text, right? I have added color for text, but what I am going to do for this background color I am adding. So because whenever we are seeing this div text added here, so this is plainly it will be displaying here, might be the backside background is occupied with the white color. That's the reason. So to showcase that div division a black level element, I'm going to show here background color. Background color. See here some automatic suggestions it will giving here, because we have saved this as a HTML, right? That's why. See, I'm giving background color as red. Okay. Whenever we are using any attribute, that attribute will give additional behavior for this entire content which is present in the element. Okay. Now I have saved this one. See what will happen here. Text is normal. If I refresh this one, have you observed? Have you noticed this one? So just see the content. As I said, whenever the content is there, so that particular attribute will apply the behavior, additional behavior for entire the content. See here, I have written the content only 4 words only. But what happened inside that, whenever we are using divs, so that is occupied entire DOM. Okay, so entire width of a DOM. And if I want to add any div multiple times, okay, side to that only I have given the div. Okay, so side to that one only I have given the div. What will happen? You can see here. Okay, on second side to that I will change the color as green. Okay, and another one is cyan, right? Okay, some colors I have added, one after another I have added. Okay, so see, if you can observe, each and everything will be comes in a new line. Okay, whenever we are using a black level element, each and every element should be come in a new line. But there are two properties for black level elements. One, if you want to use a black level element, so meantime I will use some of the black level elements examples. Okay, so some tags which we are calling it as a black level element. So here address is a black level element, and so there are so many. So I will listing out. So you can go to that one. So which one actually? W3 School. So there you can find number of elements, number of tags here. Address, aside, and so whatever the div we have used. Then there are paragraph type is also a black level, I think. Okay. Some list kind of thing, ordered list and unordered list. So these things will be considered as a black level. Okay, so there are almost 20-30 black level elements are there. You can go. So there are etc. Okay, but since we don't used anything, so just only div element only for explanation purpose I am telling. Okay, there are like address, aside, some canvas we are using, and some data, list, main, navigations, and these are all some of the tags which are available in the black level tags. You can find those things in any one of the resource. Like, so those we are not regularly using, we can use, we can make a note of by taking some one of the W3 schools or Java T point, anything like. Okay, so just here two things. Any black level element will occupy entire width of the DOM. So this place we can call it as a DOM. And another one is the black level element will comes in a new line each and every time. Even if you are giving, that will comes in a new line. Okay, suppose so here I am using a paragraph tag, right? Here I am using a paragraph tag here. So again, sorry, okay, h1 tag here only I am giving. Okay, h1 tag. So 3 times I have given h1 tags, even though that is also coming as a new line. Okay, so side by side only I am giving, that will be coming as a new lines. We can also call it as a black level tag. Okay, right. So this is one the example for black level tag. And what is meant by black level element? What is meant by inline element? Okay, coming to the inline element, what is an inline element? Okay, so opposite, contra. Okay, inline element. What is an inline element here? Inline element. So inline element will occupy only the width of the content. Okay, so if I have written this one like div I have used, no, suppose if it is an inline element, so whatever the content I have written, div text added here, that part only occupy the inline elements. Okay, so that part means like what? Suppose if I am using any inline element, even though how much length you are using, suppose this much length I am using, that much length of the width will be occupied. Okay, if I am using only single character width only it will be occupied. Okay, if I am using 4 words, that much of characters only, that much of length only it will be occupied in the DOM in the sense of the browser, in the division of a web document. Okay, see, so we generally using one span tag. So frequently we are using a span tag. Since it is a tag, we have to open and close the tag. Okay, same thing I am applying here. Okay, so same thing I am applying here. Span tag added here. Span tag added here. Okay, so see here how the div tag added here, that is comes here. No, I am removing this for comparison. Alright, I'm moving this one to top if at all required for reference only. Okay, so here, see here, div text added here, span tag added here, div tag. Okay, anything is fine, just for namesake. See, if you can observe in this, so both are displaying the similar manner only, but inside that, behind that, what is the space, what is the width it is occupied with the inline element or black level element, that should be the difference. Just see here, I am applying same thing here. Okay, same attribute for both. For div I am applying here. Okay, so and for span also I am applying here. For span also I am applying here. So these two are div and span only. So if I refresh, I have not saved, I think. Okay, what happened? Did I miss anything? Oh, sorry. It's a text color, no? Text color anyhow added. I wanted to add background color. Okay. Background color only will showcase as like the width. Okay. Right. See, if you can observe by refreshing this, I will give that red. Okay, see here, this span tag is occupied only whatever the content we have till that part only, that will be occupied background. Okay, so the width of the content will be occupied as an inline element. Okay, so